This video exists only because of this fast. You eat food for the pleasure and not for the need. You will lose your muscle mass if you don't eat anything for only a day or two. That's incorrect, just get over it. I started seeing things much more clearly. So finally, did any of this really help me? Where should I start? I'm at exactly 90 hours of my water fast, and honestly, I feel amazing. I have no hunger, my mind is clear, and don't even get me started on energy, because I have so much more energy than I ever expected. And here's the part I'm sure you won't believe. I lost 11 pounds, that's 5 kilos, in only 4 days. Sounds impossible, right? But it really happened. So next time when somebody tells you that it's impossible to lose a little bit of the weight that you've put during the holidays, or tries to sell you some guru nonsense, some magical supplements, just tell them that there is a guy on YouTube that completely disagrees with them. It's not even me who disagrees, it's a Japanese scientist named Yoshinori Oshumi who won a Nobel Prize in medicine for discovering exactly what happens to our bodies when we stop eating food. So, if you don't trust me, then simply trust the Nobel Prize committee. In this video, I will share with all of you how my 90 hours of water fast really felt like, how I managed it, what surprised me the most, and what it taught me about hunger, food, and healing. There's some really interesting things that I learned and that you should definitely hear about, so stay till the end. And remember, this is not a medical advice. This is just my own personal experience. So if you actually decide to try anything like this, please be an adult and do it responsibly. So just you know, I'm recording this while I'm still inside my fast. I'm actually at my 19th hour of my water fast right now in this very moment. And I decided to record right now because the clarity that I have in this very moment cannot be recreated later on. So what you're hearing right now is the raw truth and nothing less. So for all of you who wonder why I actually did this, let me explain. I didn't do this because I wanted to be extreme. I didn't do this because I want to be popular on YouTube or to brag about afterwards, just like most people do. I did it because I had a problem. And we all want to fix our problems, right? I have an injury on my right arm and it just wouldn't go away. It's been what, 8-9 months now? I'm telling you, this injury is just refusing to heal. So I did this fast because I really wanted to see if the body can regenerate and heal itself if we just stop interfering with food. My first day went very normal. I felt the transition happening only after 12 hours. That's usually when the body uses all the sugars that you still have in your blood. And yes, I will be honest with you, I really wanted to eat something at that point. But something stronger than hunger kept me going. I think it was the curiosity that kept me going. The curiosity to finally find out what will happen in the end. Also, another thing that really helped me not to suffer so much from the hunger, not only at day 1 but throughout the whole fast, was simply being busy with work. Truly focusing your mind on something can really do miracles. Other than that, my first day went normally as any other day. The bigger positive change that I felt was around the 18th hour when all of a sudden all the inflammation and all the pain that I had in my arms from the workout I did the day before simply went away. I didn't feel any pain, I wasn't tired anymore. In fact, I felt more energy than I had before, which is kinda counterintuitive, don't you think? But it really happened. What happens after 24 hours is something called autophagy. When we stop eating food, digestion also stops. It is at this exact moment when the body switches from consumer mode to repair mode. Old cells get removed, damaged ones replaced. Growth hormone goes up, inflammation drops. And this is not a theory or someone's opinion, this is Nobel Prize biology. Day 2 was probably the easiest one for me, because what really happens after 36 hours of water fasting is that you stop being hungry. The hunger goes away completely. Instead of feeling this physical pain from the hunger, I actually focused even more on the things and goals that I already had set up before I even started. And then somewhere around hour 40, I started seeing things much more clearly. And this is exactly when it hit me. The body is perfectly fine. There is no pain, there is no damage, nothing negative physically really happens. In fact, the opposite happens. You're rejuvenated internally by your own body. On day 3 and today, I feel very light. I feel focused, I feel clear. Food desire isn't physical anymore. It's actually emotional. And for me, this was a very easy thing to control. But you really have to try in order to know how it feels. That's actually when we realize how much we eat food for the pleasure and not for the need. And because the pain is emotional, that's exactly when you start negotiating with yourself. When I went to the kitchen and I saw that the food that I already bought before has started going bad, then I felt even guiltier. And that's how my goal went from 100 hours to 90 hours. So finally, the important question that you all wanted to ask. Did my pain really go away? Did any of this really help me? I started with 88.5 kilos, which is 195 pounds, and now I'm 184 pounds. So, regarding my weight, it really did help. But just to be clear, the weight loss in the early stages is just water and glycogen. So please, don't be fooled by the people who tell you that you will lose your muscle mass if you don't eat anything for only a day or two. It's wrong, that's incorrect, that's a lie. The body first eats everything it has inside except for the muscles. Primarily it feeds off your sugar, and then when that's done, then it starts eating the fat reserves. It's that simple. Only when your fat is gone and you have no fat and no sugar in your body, then it starts eating your muscles. But for this to happen, you really need to starve and not eat anything for months. And we're only talking about days here. Days can bring you so many benefits, like you can see right now with me. This is in fact the true genius survival mechanism that the body activates when food is no longer available. I can confirm personally that the pain where my injury was is gone by 80 up to 90%, no BS. It is almost completely gone. This is another huge plus that you get from the fasting. And on top of that, my mind cleared and my motivation simply exploded. This video exists only because of this fast. I mean, okay, just think for a moment. What does the body need in order to get up and find the food that will keep you alive? Muscles and energy, right? Well, in that case, it would be completely illogical to conclude the first thing that the body eats when there is no food are your muscles. That's incorrect, just get over it. When do you think that the lion goes hunting? When he is hungry or when he is full? Have you ever seen a lion snacking something or eating a full meal before he goes hunting just because he felt like he's lacking energy? No animal goes hunting with a full stomach, which tells me that we're stronger and have more energy when we're hungry and not when we're full. I think it's finally time to admit what humanity already knew thousands of years ago, that when the body rests from food, it completely repairs. The idea of fasting and eating less is not new at all. In the Bible, fasting wasn't considered an extreme practice, it was actually very normal. Hunger between meals was expected, and the restraint from food was seen as strength, not deprivation. Moses fasted, Elijah fasted, Jesus fasted, not because food was bad or evil, but because the body and mind grow stronger when they're not constantly fed. And I understand, the Bible doesn't explain biology the way science does today, but thankfully, today's science is finally catching up, showing that eating less truly allows the body to repair itself, to reset the metabolism, and to reduce the burden of chronic diseases. Fasting doesn't make you immortal, but it does remove the constant stress the body has. And I don't have to tell you about stress in today's world, right? So what I'm actually trying to tell you is that you don't need to do a 90 hours water fast. But maybe only understand that skipping a meal once in a while isn't that dangerous. Maybe letting the body rest is actually powerful and not so dangerous as you might think it is. So what I'm trying to share with you is simply that all of you have the power to heal yourself hidden within you. We were designed perfectly for a reason. Don't be afraid to let your body do what it already knows how to do best. And as I've said so many times before in so many of my other videos, sometimes doing less actually means doing more. And I can easily confirm that the same is the case with fasting and eating. So if you found this video interesting, perhaps consider subscribing, give the video a like, and more importantly, share it with somebody you care about. Somebody who is important in your life that really needs to hear this. Trust me, you will help them a lot. Plus, you will help thousands of other people around the world to actually find this video. And also, write down in the comments what your biggest fast was and how did it actually help you. Trust me, sharing your message can literally save someone's life. Stay strong and healthy, everybody. And don't be afraid to let your body do the magic that you're already wishing for.